Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Niger's oil rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, says the intervention agency through the newly established Niger Delta Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Trade, Mines and Agriculture will partner with the Bank of Industry to support businesses and ensure the sustainability of youth development initiatives across the region. Dr. Ogbuku made this known last week during a sensitization program held in Port Harcourt to mark the establishment of the chamber.
The establishment of the Niger Delta Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Trade, Mines and Agriculture, NDDC-ITMA, is another evidence of the progressive and impact-driven leadership of the Chiedu Ebie and Dr. Samuel Ogbuku-led board and management of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. They are indeed transforming lives and creating opportunities for sustainable peace and prosperity in the oil-rich region. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, Dr. Ogbuku, in his address during the official launch of the Chamber and the sensitization workshop held last week in Port Harcourt, pointed out that the Chamber was conceived to promote local businesses, foster a conducive business environment, and serve as a catalyst for development in the region.
Who would have as well as management say, okay, we have 30 billion naira to support entrepreneurs and we want to give it directly? I believe at that point we were giving it to friends and relatives. But because, as we said, we want to transform the genuine Niger Delta entrepreneurs and not for those who are transactional entrepreneurs to feed fat when the genuine people need these funds.
For his part, Chairman of NDDC-ITMA, Ambassador Idaire Ogan, noted that with the outfit in place, the long-standing desire of the region for a genuine platform for business guidance and entrepreneurship development would be attended to.
The Niger Delta Chamber of Commerce has properly represented in the most robust fashion the entire business sectors of the region, touching on commerce, industry, trade, mines and agriculture. We have really looked at the people of the Niger Delta region and of course their preoccupation and carefully calibrated the business needs.
Participants who thanked the Commission for what they say was a deliberate effort to promote business and innovate ideas called on business owners to take advantage of the opportunities the Chamber presents.
Establishing this NDC CIMA is a welcome development because it represents a drive to connecting the small, medium enterprises.
So I believe that this program is going to come out, bring our women out to be able to be part of what is happening in Niger Delta. And it's a means for us to be showcased to the world what we have the capacity to do.
And so we want to say thank you to NDDC for this initiative. And we also are saying, please make sure that the women and of course the youths benefit maximally.
This move by the NDDC is part of a broader strategy to ensure shared prosperity for the people in the oil-rich region, which will hopefully break the shackles of poverty and lack that have plagued its communities in the past. Inside the Niger Delta.
Residents and community leaders of Uzeri in Isoko South local government area of Delta State are calling for the completion of the 23-kilometer Uzere-Patani Road project, which has witnessed very little progress since it was initially awarded for construction about 19 years ago by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. The people believe that completing this vital link road, which connects Uzere and other neighboring communities to the east-west road, will significantly boost socio-economic activities and enhance their overall quality of life.
Uzere, located in Isoko South local government area of Delta State, is the second community where crude oil was discovered in 1958 after Otuabagi or Loibri in Bayelsa State, and has remained one of the major oil-producing communities in the Niger Delta region to this day. The settlement is also well known for its agricultural heritage, particularly the production of groundnuts, cassava and fish, which are staple commodities in the local economy. In fact, there is a popular saying among the Isoko people that if you love fish, marry an Uzere man. This proverb highlights the community's deep connection to the fishing tradition, as well as the pride they take in their expertise of the trade. Uzere, despite its rich oil and agricultural resources, faces the same infrastructure neglect as many other Niger Delta communities. Critical issues like poor road infrastructure and recurrent flooding continue to hamper development and livelihoods in the area. One of such infrastructure concerns is the 23-kilometer Uzere-Patani Link Road, with bridges which holds significant economic and social importance to the people of Uzere, Isoko Nation, and neighboring communities. Starting from Uzere to Ume and then to Patani, the road connects several communities to the east-west road, which is a major artery in the Niger Delta region. However, the project initially awarded by the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) at a cost of over 3 billion naira remains incomplete about 2 decades later.
The first contractor did about 6 kilometers, and abandoned it because what we understood, I'm not an engineer, but what we understood was that the original BOQ, the concept that was done, was underestimated. And you can see where we are standing is over 20 feet. You need to fill another. So a lot of embankment was needed to do the road. So that contractor felt they could not continue with the original cost. And so when this new contractor came, actually he started working. And then at a level, he started having issues with the consultant.
I was the CLO of this project. The major problem was delay of payment. When the contractor don't do job, the consultants, they will come, they will do evaluation. Sometimes there will be a lot of delay.
With approximately 6 billion naira reportedly spent on the road already, residents and community leaders are appealing for the project's completion to ensure that these investments do not go to waste.
May government try to do this road first, because if the road they do to Patani, the water not go affect us reach like this.
We are appealing to the current management of NDDC to write their name in gold as the management committee or the management team that is able to complete this project that is very dear to the heart of Uzere people and to the Undokwa people and Isoko Nation at general and other road users that will benefit from the place.
The prolonged delay has severely impacted the entire stretch of communities along the area, hindering access to markets, stifling economic activities and leaving the people vulnerable to natural disasters like flooding, which further worsens their quality of life. Completion of this road is critical, not just for the people of Uzere, but for the larger socio-economic landscape of Delta and surrounding Bayelsa State.
Inside the Niger Delta.
As gas flaring by oil and gas companies continues to wreak havoc on communities in the oil-rich Niger Delta region, the people of Ibocha in Ogba, Egbema Ndoni local government area of River State have issued an urgent Save Our Soul message to government authorities and regulators in the oil sector. The appeal is coming as prolonged exposure to toxic pollutants from gas flaring in their communities is increasingly compromising both their health and livelihoods.
Gas flaring, which refers to the burning of natural gas released during the extraction of crude oil, has continued unabatedly in the oil-rich Niger Delta region, despite several deadlines issued in the past by successive governments to end the practice. However, according to the Nigerian Oil Spill Monitor, a branch of the Nigerian Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, Nigeria flared 138.7 million metric standard cubic feet of gas in the first half of 2023. The monetary value of the amount of gas flared in the past 4 years is pegged at about $3.9 billion. Gas flaring not only wastes valuable natural resources, but is also a major source of carbon dioxide, methane, and black soot that is very damaging to both human and environmental health. A recent visit to Ebocha in Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni local government area of Rivers State shows that community dwellers continue to endure the harmful effects of gas flaring, a practice carried out by the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, now under the management of Owando PLC.
The gas flaring has caused a lot of damages to our lives, to our crops, and when you watch our zincs are being roasted, and government seems not to do anything about the gas flaring.
There is a time even women, after struggling with their cassava and all that, at the end of the day, the rainfall, which is supposed to be useful and help plants grow, it ends up killing most of them. Some of them, at the end of the day, they will harvest little or nothing.
The ongoing gas flaring has not only damaged the ecosystem, but has also exacerbated health challenges for the local population, leaving many residents to cope with the pervasive threat of respiratory diseases and other ailments linked to this pollution.
It's affecting our eyes. Many people here, they are complaining of eyes problem. Even myself, I don't even have money to go to clinic to treat myself for the eye. So at typhoid, as the rain fall now, no, we cannot use the water for anything.
The more important thing is to take care of the people, whether for the community, where they give them good health, good hospital, for them to take care of themselves.
The Flare Gas Prevention of Waste and Pollution Regulations 2018 of the Federal Government of Nigeria allows routine flaring of gas only in instances where there are no facilities available for reinjection or commercialization. In such cases, oil companies are required to pay a flare fee of $2 per 1,000 cubic feet of flared gas. However, local communities and authorities have consistently raised concerns about the lack of compliance with these regulations, accusing oil companies of continuing the harmful practice without recourse to the law. As the Nigerian government seeks to use gas as a transition fuel, stricter enforcement of anti-flaring regulations is necessary to ensure oil companies cease this environmentally destructive practice, protecting the Niger Delta communities and environment while capitalizing on gas for energy solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta, Standout Properties Limited presents a real estate opportunity of a lifetime. Bloom Towers are waterfront twin high-rise buildings of 19 and 21 stories at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean in the prestigious Oniru area, Victoria Island, Lagos. Bloom Towers is a green and smart building project consisting of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments and maisonettes, as well as 10,300 square meters available space for commercial and corporate use. Built for completion in 2027, Bloom Towers has 236 units available for sale with a starting price of 100 million naira. Lock down a unit today with a down payment of 20% and spread the balance over the next 24 months. Contact us on 080-693-47063 or 091-22-656-975.
It is a project that will bring huge return on investment.
Bloom Towers, from foundation to skyline. Ezekiel Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Ezekiel Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development. Join award-winning ace broadcaster MAMODE Felix AKUGHA on Inside the Niger Delta on the following radio stations weekly. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Senator Doyediri of Bayelsa State has called on foreign investors and development partners to take advantage of the business-friendly environment his administration has created in the oil-rich state. Speaking at the sideline event during the United Nations General Assembly, AKUGHA, in New York last week, Governor Diri added that his government is offering tax holidays and providing land as incentives to investors who are willing to do business in Bayelsa State.
The International Forum on African Caribbean Leadership, IFAL, organized by the African Leadership Magazine, ALM, is an annual event held alongside the United Nations General Assembly, AKUGHA. It serves as a platform for global leaders and private sector players to explore opportunities and strategize on how to address peculiar challenges across various sectors. Governor Doyediri of Bayelsa State, who was the keynote speaker at this year's edition of the forum at the just concluded 79th session of AKUGHA, used the opportunity to outline the progress his administration has made in transforming Bayelsa into a prime investment destination in Nigeria.
We are diversifying the economy from total dependence on oil and gas to other sources of revenue and encouraging small and medium-scale enterprises by providing monthly grants to targeted grassroots businesses across the 105 wards in Bayelsa State. And we have trained over 10,000 youths and women in various entrepreneurship skills and provided starter packs for these trainees.
Bayelsa is not only rich in liquid gold, but also blessed with vast marine and agricultural resources that remains largely untapped. However, the prosperity administration of Senator Diri in the last 4 years and counting is showing strong commitment to transforming those resources into economic growth.
We have several areas where investors should be interested in, including power generation, petrochemicals, gas-based industries, agro-oil processing activities, deep-sea fishing, aquaculture, ecotourism, and so much more. Very interesting fact, Bayelsa was ranked first in Nigeria amongst the South states and second overall in southern Nigeria in terms of ease of doing business. This is as of the last ranking by the World Bank.
Senator Diri also received several recognitions during the event. He was awarded the Performing Governor of the Year by African Leadership Magazine for his contributions to development in Bayelsa State. He was bestowed with honorary citizenship of the state of Georgia and also received a legislative commendation from the South Carolina House of Representatives.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Delta State Governor and leader of Team More Agenda, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, says his administration will continue to provide necessary support to all categories of farmers in the state as part of efforts to boost agricultural productivity and strengthen the local economy. Governor Oborewori highlighted this during the distribution of agricultural materials to over 6,000 farmers in Asaba last week under the Delta Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus Program, otherwise known as Delta Cares.
Few days after the official launch of the fourth phase of the Delta State Community Action Resilience and Economic Stimulus, Delta Cares, where over 97,000 Deltans received cash and other items to help mitigate the economic hardship currently being experienced in the country. The governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, last week unveiled the agricultural component of the empowerment program with the disbursement of agricultural materials to beneficiaries under the Result Area 2 Fadama Food Security Project, empowering about 6,000 farmers.
Agriculture remains a key pillar of our development strategy. And through this disbursement, we aim to enhance food production, increase household incomes, and ultimately improve the livelihood of thousands of Deltans.
Delta State Commissioner for Economic Planning, Sonny Ekedayan, who is also Chairman Delta Cares Steering Committee, while explaining the components of the program, says that the diligent implementation of the initiative in the state is a clear testament of the governor's commitment to creating opportunities for all to thrive.
Some of the enterprises covered under this phase of disbursement include 1. Poultry, 2. Fish farming, 3. Cassava cultivation, 4. Maize crop, 5. Pepper production, and 6. Vegetable farming.
For their part, beneficiaries pledged to effectively utilize the agricultural inputs they received to meaningfully contribute to the overall development of their communities and the state in general.
I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very grateful because this is a great support and we pledge that we will not fail him.
I'm grateful. I want to really appreciate our governor for doing this and for them for the opportunity to be a poultry farmer that started little, and from there I believe that I'm going to keep, multiplying.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Prominent sons and daughters of Isoko Nation in Delta State, united under a socio-political pressure group known as Grace Mission, have frowned at what they described as poor leadership and neglect of the Isoko people by political leaders in the state. They insist that both current and aspiring political leaders must demonstrate their commitment to the people by prioritizing the collective interests of the grassroots population, as it will not be business as usual in the coming 2027 general elections.
Isoko land, like many communities in Nigeria, experiences a familiar pattern every election season where politicians make grand promises of progress, development and prosperity. Yet, once elections are over, these leaders often disappear, leaving behind a wake of unfulfilled promises. Despite its rich oil reserves and fertile agricultural land, Isoko communities remain trapped in endemic poverty. The potential wealth offered by these resources has not translated into tangible benefits for the local population, primarily due to lack of effective governance. Frustrated by years of inaction, the people of Isoko have resolved to make politics different. Through Grace Mission, a socio-political pressure group established in Ole at the wake of the 2023 general elections, they are now rallying around a shared vision of electing leaders who will truly represent the best interest of Isoko land and the masses at all levels of government.
It is my dream, it is the dream of Damutek, to develop Isoko. It's not a personal or a private agenda. It's the agenda of an ethnic nationality. And Isoko is prioritized in our dealings.
We are the people that are ready for the betterment of Isoko. Life must be in Isoko. Is that not so?
Look at the situation of the country as we speak now. If you go to market, the market price does not know any political party. We are thinking of how people can, the welfare of the people is the focus of Grace Mission.
Chief Daniel Omoibo, a respected philanthropist and successful businessman who doubles as the founder of Grace Mission, believes in liberating his people from poor leadership and underdevelopment. Along with his other investment in the growth and development of Isoko Nation, he has promised to continue to galvanize the people towards making informed political decisions and choices that will bring about all-round gains to his people and the nation at large.
Our people have not learned. They have not known what to do. That's why we must keep educating them, talking to them. Our aim and objective is to make sure that the politicians that will occupy any seat, maybe House of Assembly, Rep, Senate, Governor, as far to President, that such politicians or office holder will now remember Isoko for good.
It will be recalled that in the lead up to the 2023 general elections, Grace Mission actively mobilized its members across Delta State, encouraging them to support candidates who they believed had the best interest of the people at heart, regardless of political affiliation. While the group achieved moderate success, they are now gathering up to make an even bigger impact ahead of the 2027 general elections. Their mission is to ensure that credible and trustworthy candidates with clear people-centered intentions are elected. Leaders who will bring progress and development to the people of Isoko and beyond. The group remains committed to holding political leaders accountable and ensuring that those elected in 2027 will prioritize the upliftment of Isoko people and work towards addressing the underdevelopment and challenges that have long plagued the region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
And finally, it's Nigeria's week of independence, and it's actually its 64th independence anniversary celebrations. We'd like to commemorate this milestone and honor the struggles and sacrifices of our heroes past. It is, however, crucial that as a nation we must continue to promote the values of nationhood that transcend creed, ethnicity, and sentiments. And here in the Niger Delta, let's all continue to work together to ensure that the legacy of our forebears for our prosperous and environmentally safe region remains a guiding light for future generations as we strive towards a truly united and cohesive nation, and indeed Niger Delta that will be a safe haven for all to flourish. Again, happy 64th independence anniversary to Nigerians and indeed all Niger Deltans. Well, this is where we'd like to draw the curtain on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA, thanking you for staying tuned. And bye for now.